Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Omnibros Live on a Thursday night. It's your boy Gio here from Manga Geekdom, and I'm joined by the insufferable Omnibus Collector. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How's
Love to
everything
hear
been
that.
going? How's the week been treating you?
It's been so chaotic, so stressful. I haven't been paying attention to the internet that much. Uh, Yesterday for the Omnibros Faithful, I was this close to setting up a stream for the Mario Party thing. Jess was available, Tyler was available, but then I wasn't available because I had a big back spasm pain thing, and
Mm,
I just couldn't sit down like I'm doing right now
yeah,
for an hour or two. I just couldn't. So I just shut everything off and went to bed like at 8:30 p.m. Um, but now I'm feeling better. But work has been extremely stressful. I told Jess earlier today on our chat, I've been recording nonstop all week since last week, and I'm going
wow.
on like 30 commercials in less than a week. That is insane. But it's one of those seasons where, yeah, it's good, I guess, because we're making money, but kind of stressful regardless. So
Yeah.
tonight I'm going to talk some manga with you guys. We got some solicits, we got some reads, we got some goofs, we got some gaffs, we got some fun, and most importantly, we got a wonderful sponsor that we can talk about, and that is, of course, InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your omnibus, straight paperback, hardcovers, manga, and more for great discounted prices that range from 40 to 55% off at times. Free shipping in the US at $50. And the loyalty discount adds an extra 2% off to your order if you make it on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service. That is InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor. We're going to highlight here. Let's see. There we go. Let me fix this screen. We got your deals of the week. If you're interested to know ahead of time, I already have the list. I can't share them. I'll share them on Monday. So if you want to find out what's going to be discounted, you're going to have to tune into the Monday stream for Omnibros. We're going to reveal that over there. But right now, you can get the DC Finest Suicide Squad trade paperback 55% off. You got that Fish Flies hardcover at 50 from Image and Jeff Lemire. You got Green Arrow Volume 3 Against the Wall, 50% off. And you got that Miles Morales Modern Era Epic Collection, 46% off. And the X-Men Jet McKay trade paperback Volume 1 Homecoming, 46% off. You also have your new releases, manga, hardcovers, trades, all the goods, your top sellers. And look at that. Invincible climbed all the way to the top. I'm guessing it's because of the show. With the third compendium hardcover with the DCBS variant cover. That's pretty cool. Shout out. And look at that, all the wonderful stuff. And you got some sales going on. You got red tag sales, you got damages, clearances, Image, and you got a creator spotlight for Naoko Takeuchi. So if you want to buy some Sailor Moon at discounted prices, 40% off, well, here you go. You can buy the Takeuchi collection and the Eternal editions as well, 40% off. That's pretty cool. Also, sales, you got your Image comics. You can buy some stuff like Lazarus, which I know a lot of people are excited for the new hardcover. You got your Savage Dragons. You got some of the G.I. Joe stuff with Scarlet, Volume 1, 50% off. There you go. And all that and more when you visit InStockTrades.com. Thank you to the chat, as always. Harvey, yeah, baby, we're going to talk some Japanese raccoon dogs tonight. Tanuki. It's all about Tanuki. That's a Limp Bizkit quasi reference right there. Mario Party might finally happen this year. Yes, it was going to happen yesterday at like 8 or something p.m., but I just couldn't do it. Sorry.
The question should be, which will come first? Will Mario Party stream happen, or will I film my library tour?
Probably the library, because now Tyler's super busy, so I don't know if we're gonna get another window. It's like catching an eclipse, like tonight, where you have a certain window to watch it. That's how it is with our friend.
Is there an eclipse tonight?
The lunar eclipse. It's either tonight or tomorrow or something.
I had no idea.
At like 2 a.m. or something like that. I'm still debating if I want to get up to see it. Javier, thank you for joining. Hey, y'all. VFC announced Spider-Gwen Modern Epic 3, and I'm so very happy. Nice. 3 already. Damn. I'm thinking I will give Lazarus another try. I read one issue. I think I still have the 1 or 2 issues of that. And I would like to read it again at some point. Hi, man. Thank you for joining. Hello, everyone. Why aren't you reading Labs of Monsters on the Viz app, Geo? Labs of Monsters? I don't know about that. Hold on. Gonna overhaul the show. Or Lands of Monsters. Do you mean Lands of Monsters? I featured that when it got announced, but I have not. I totally forgot to read it. There's 6 chapters out. Okay, I'll do that after the show. Or, you know what I mean. Not literally after. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Land. Currently reading my first name is no. Currently reading the first My Name is Shingo volume, and Kazuo Mez has some truly beautiful panels. Also, thank you for the Apartment Man representation. That is really cool. Thank you so much. Dude's got to pay the bills, you know. So, Tim, thank you for joining. Wait, so if Riley inquires about when his library tour will happen, does that delay the tour?
I don't know, but I had like 3 comments about it on my recent video, so I guess we're delaying anyway.
For every comment, it gets delayed at least a day.
Right now my current like thought is I'm trying to read as much as I can from my to read pile. I'm pointing at this bookcase as if this is my to read pile, but
That's
no,
pretty
it's
epic.
just behind the wall right here in the other room. And I want to get through most of that so that I can like shelve everything and have the shelves up to date. But I also still need to purchase several extensions to go on top of the shelves.
Right.
I think 2 of the wider extensions and 3 or 4 of the skinnier ones. So it's gonna. I have to make a little bit of an investment with that stuff as well. So it'll be a second.
There you go. Love it. All in due time. I'm sure when it's ready, you'll be good to go to film it.
Yeah,
I
just like playing coy, as if like there's no reason to delay.
I read the first chapter of the Apartment Man manga. Otherwise, I read Basket Full of Heads and Invincible. Nice. Some pretty gruesome stuff there. Different types of gruesome. So tonight, gang, we got some fun stuff for all of you. Some first impressions. Obviously, I have to address it. There is a sudden influx of Tanuki-ness into manga reading, more than usual. They've always been around. It's been years. And the Tanuki are one of those staple yokai creatures that everybody knows. Even if you don't know about yokai, you still know what a Tanuki is, whether it be from a Studio Ghibli movie or from X or Y popular manga or an anime that might feature them with transformation sequences. They've always been around. They're part of the folklore and all that stuff. And they're just adorable. Plus, they can be kind of, they can be super cute. They can be super assholes and funny at the same time. So it's a mixed bag with the Tanuki. And tonight, I had originally planned to talk about one manga in particular that features a Tanuki. And then I get a notification, I believe it was yesterday or whatever. And then I saw that there's a second one. I'm like, okay, interesting. And to make it even funnier, one of them, the lead Tanuki is female. And in the new one, the lead Tanuki is male. So we get both sides of the coin for the species. And they're a lot of fun. I can't wait to talk about them. Did you haul anything that you want to show the peeps by any chance?
I'm trying to think if I can remember what came in and what was. Well, I did get the third volume of
Ah,
Hiroya Oku's Thunder 3, which
do I
is
have that?
leaning.
I don't think I have that.
This one leans a lot more into the action and stuff, and makes
Yeah.
uh, the Okuness a lot more apparent.
Are you down with the Okuness?
I am.
Hell yeah.
So I got that one, and
Did I order that? What? Dude, I am in a limbo with packages. I don't know what's happening. Oh,
Dead
you got
Rock.
Dead Rock.
This is the newest one from Hiro Mashima, and it actually like starts out feeling pretty different from like previous Mashima works. So I'm interested in like seeing how it goes. Um, I love Fairy Tale. I mean, not Fairy Tale. Rave Master. It was Fairy Tale that kind of like took a dive for me as far as quality in his stuff. And I never actually read Eden Zero. I need to get on that at some point. But Dead Rock has a pretty decent start. I think you'd enjoy it because it feels like a more action oriented Welcome to Demon School.
I like the monster designs and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, so that was good. And then I got Gunsmith Cats. I've already shelved over there, so I'm not going to grab it. But I finished that this morning. That was a good first volume as well. A lot of fun there. I know it's a classic one, but I've never read it. So hopefully in the near future we see the announcement for the sequel as well. And I put a good word in, as good of a word as I can, with someone at Dark Horse to look at the other works by the creator and to
Mm-hmm.
get, because they previously did uh was it Canon God Exaction, I think is what the full title is.
I
uh
think so.
they did 5 out of 7 volumes, and I was like, hey, if Gunsmith Cats does well enough, you should pursue this one as well. And they're like, oh, interesting, cool. So we'll see what happens. um Keep Your Hands Off Azakin as well. I read that one, I think, yesterday, the new volume. And then I think the others were either Kodansha or Viz signature titles. And like, I'm not in that section of my library yet as far as like catching up on my reading. Because I do it like publisher by publisher or like imprint by imprint. So right now I'm finishing off, or I'm in the middle of, I should say, the Shoujo Beat stuff. And I'm currently reading Last Quarter, um, the second and final volume of that one. And then I've got also the fourth and final Neighborhood Story, and then a few others. And then after Shoujo Beat, I'll move back over to Kodansha and finish up all that. So I have been doing a lot of reading. I just didn't pull everything out like I
Right.
did last time. And I don't remember exactly which volumes it was that I read, but it was a lot of good I read a lot of stuff from Yen Press. Um, Finally wrapped up all of my Yen Press stuff, so I got to reorganize that shelf entirely. So good stuff.
I wanted to mention that I did get Thunder 3. It just hasn't arrived.
Nice.
That came out on the first week of March, and I'm looking at the tracking right now. And this is what sucks when people send stuff media mail. It is expected, not assured, but expected by the 22nd of March. So that is more than like what, 2 weeks and a half. So I just order stuff and forget about it and wait until it arrives. That's why I'm not on top of my game with new releases. But I did order Thunder 3 with Gunsmith Cats and some other stuff that hasn't arrived. I did get a small haul, just 3 books. Stuff that I think you've already mentioned. So this is late for me getting them. My copy of Dark Gathering arrived, Volume 12. I got 100 Girlfriends, Volume 13. There we go, at the top. Sorry, Volume 13, and Alpi, Volume 6.
Nice.
A lot flimsier than the other volumes, by the way. Pretty concerning.
Boo. Well, it's almost done, so.
One more, and then we'll be done with LP.
I don't remember if I mentioned this previously, but I did mention it in the video that I put up uh, yesterday for the monthly buyer's guide stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and James found the answer for me, so shout out. Um, I think I might have mentioned here like how Alien Books has like nothing else coming out um, after their next time, the one that keeps getting delayed, the Kinrio Rock, is like the
Right.
last thing that they have, and it's volume 0 through 3, and then there's nothing else. And I was like, kind of weird because when they launched, they pretty much announced like their entire slate at once,
Hmm.
and all of that has come out and it's all finished. They were all mostly 3 volumes. One of them is 2. And there's nothing else. And so James had a screen cap, I think, from I believe he said Omar's um, Discord, where someone who works at Alien was like, "We do have more manga and more comics that we're going to be announcing soon." So they are not stopping just yet, at least as far
Oh,
as
good, good.
manga publication goes. I do hope that they uh, do better physical builds on their volumes because they're still like mouse traps to keep open, but uh, otherwise, cool that they're still going.
Just asked, and he gave me the answer.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Kane, I just found out Barefoot Gen is getting a remaster release in hardcover. It's on Barnes and Noble. I think I will wishlist that and not collect the paperback.
The hardcover, I have the hardcovers of that rainbow at the top shelf, that rainbow going
Mm,
across. Those are
right.
all the hardcovers. I don't know if they're going to look different from that, but I bought those a few years ago. I think most of them I got on eBay for pretty cheap, but you could I'll double check, but last I looked at Last Gasp, uh they were selling the hardcovers there.
Man, I can't wait to get caught up on Thunder 3. I picked up Volume 3, but I have not read 2. It's so much fun. I love it. On the Thunder 3 package. I just mentioned it, so I'll let you know when that arrives and I can read it.
Yeah, the right now they have most of the hardcovers or the paperbacks on the Last Gasp website. Um or some of the hardcovers.
Yo, so wait a minute. I'm all over the place. Kinryo Rock Volume 0 comes out next week, apparently.
Apparently, so we'll see if that. Okay, so they only 3 of the hardcovers are available right now. They are out of stock, so maybe they're just doing a re-release of the
One each
hardcovers.
month, because the second one says May. Oh, May, and then the first one says April. What? They need to fix that. So the first one comes out supposedly next week, and then volume 1. Oh no, I said it right. Okay, volume 1 April. There we go. Sorry, the volume 0 threw me off. Okay, interesting. I do want to get that. It's a vampire rock music inspired series. Oh no, something else for me to buy. Only have the first paperback of Barefoot Gen. I w- I'm weird like that. I wanted to own it, but I don't necessarily want to read the subject matter. So why should I get it if I don't want to read it? So I didn't get it.
You can also, if you want just a small piece of it, there's the I Saw It, which is just a single $10
Oh,
paper,
that yeah, yeah.
50-page, um, and it's the same creator, like basically like similar subject matter, but it was just a one shot
Hmm.
story that he put out. And last, it was released in a single issue a long time ago, like stapled single issue magazine format.
I can
But
do that.
Last Gasp did republish it in like a square bound paperback. It's only $10. So if you wanted something of Keiji Nakazawa, relating to Barefoot Gen. It's
Mhm.
kind of the precursor to that.
What's the vampire manga I mentioned, Gio? My ears perked up. It's Kinryo Rock, Volume 0, which is the prequel to the main series, Kinryo Rock, and it's a 3-volume series. But Volume 0 comes out supposedly this month, and it sets up the story for that. Let me highlight the cover for that. Give me a second. What am I doing? Wait. I got it. It's this one.
Yeah.
Spell that. Kinryo Rock. KINRYOROCK. Or if you want me to say it like super American, Kinryo Rock.
Kinryo Rock.
Kinryo. It says here the solicit, blood, sex, and rock and roll. In this world, vampires live among humans, but coexistence is not easy. The moment they don't follow the rules, there are special agents prepared to take them down, some with the strength of the law, and others with the power of rock. The prequel volume sets the stage with 3 short stories about the main characters that will collide in the main series, volumes 1, 2, and 3. So this is by Bingo Morihashi and art by Manabu Akishige. Looks pretty cool. I like the art a lot, and give me some more vampire goodness. I'm down for that. I like vampires in general, but I like them best when they're giving me gothic realness. You don't want rock and roll blood sucking? I get it. Speaking of upcoming manga, let me just do that. 7 Seas announced some more titles. I love solicits. Let me share my screen again. This part of the broadcast is brought to you by A Star Brighter Than the Sun and Biz Media. Go buy it wherever books are sold. So 7 Seas announced a bunch of stuff, some spicy material, some interesting webtoon comics that I actually want to check out. The first one here we got is Smell from Nagave. And I think we're pretty much almost done with Nagave stuff, right?
I need to double check. I was looking earlier after this was announced because I was curious between, because of course they have the Girl from the Other Side, and then there's Monotone Blue, Eat, and then this one, Smell. And then there's also 2 anthology volumes that they've published in the past. And I don't know if that's everything, but if not, it should be pretty close to everything.
This one is part of the BL label for 7 Seas. Comes out in October. At a school filled with beastmen, 2 young pups have an awkward encounter that could lead to something more. I love the super English name, Joseph. A young border collie catches the shy and quiet bloodhound Noi sniffing his shirt one day in between classes. Rather than being put off, Joseph treats Noi with kindness and understanding and even manages to get the timid bloodhound to open up. Turns out Noi loves Joseph's scent. With this new revelation, a bond grows between them, and before they know it, the pups are obsessed with each other's scent. Are they just messing around, fueled by raging hormones, or is there something more between Joseph and Noi? You're going to find out when that book drops in October. The next one, you know what? I'll save this one for last. Hold on. You keep going. The next one is Far From Romance from Amamiya. This is also a BL book coming out in December. Tono has lived in the same sleepy seaside town his entire life, employed at a small IT firm. Each day seems to blend into the next. Yet his quiet life is shaken up when his company announces they've hired a new employee, a gorgeous blue-eyed Brit named Lewis. I'm seeing a pattern here. Joseph, Lewis. At first, Tono is taken aback by his foreign colleagues' touchy-feely mannerisms and blunt manner of speaking, but it quickly becomes obvious to him that there's something unspoken behind those blue eyes that follow him around the office. So when Lewis suddenly asks if Tono remembers him, he understandably is thrown for a loop. Just who is this hunky expat and how does he know Tono? That's pretty cool. Happy for them. We got another BL series. This one's a series. We have the first one here. He craves to be teased by his favorite ASMR streamer. Now that's a title right there. This one is by Aino Koko. Karasuma Kodai is a university student with a sexy secret. He's an ASMR streamer who specializes in spicy role plays, and though he's been at it for a while, his view counts have remained low, making him think it may be time to call it quits. Just before he makes the final decision, he's given a confession that shocks him. Minami Masaya, one of his most avid fans, confesses that he can only get turned on by Karasuma's voice. I did not read this beforehand, sorry. Surprised by such a claim, Karasuma offers to help Minami with some private sessions, but what starts as a fun ego boost quickly turns into a need for something more. Karasuma doesn't want to just be a voice for Minami, he wants to touch him too. Can this go from online to in real life, or is Karasuma nothing more than a pleasing voice to Minami? I think there's some commentary to be had about the exploitation of streamers and how people might have like a parasocial relationship. So there's some interesting things there to check out. Unless it goes the other way and it's just a full-blown romance, but whatever. Maybe I'm overthinking this title, but I don't know. It's a very spicy romantic solicit round, gang. Next one is His Sensual Whisper, the voice that sets me on fire. This is by Pyoko Asahina. It's a steamship book. Here we have volume 1 coming out in September. After a misconnection years ago, office worker Mizuho develops an irresistible craving for deep, sultry voices. Wait a minute. It's a pattern here. Okay. With such a unique fetish, she's been on the hunt for that perfect tone to satisfy her desires. When she meets Hibino, a handsome salesman with a voice that's smooth as velvet, at a company drinking party, Mizuho can't help but melt. Captivated by his seductive timbre, he invites him back to her place where just a single suggestive whisper sends her senses into overdrive. Is Hibino the passionate partner she's been waiting for? Or will her hopes for a true connection fall on deaf ears? Dang, dang, dang.
Dun, dun, dun.
Kane, you're traumatized. But I remember, yes, last time was super spicy. Poor Mocha the cat. This is super spicy, but it isn't as controversial as last week's solicit that caused quite a stir online. The other one is Demon Under the Waxing Moon. This is a BL book by Fumi Tsuyuhisa. I hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly. Probably not. Minori has spent his life attracting demons, but he's learned to live with their unwanted attention. That is until the night he rescues what appears to be a sickly stray dog. These are all connected. This goes back to sleep, to smell, sorry, about dogs. So in my head canon, they adopt the dog, and the dog has the adventure here in smell. Anyways, going back to the solicit. Only to discover it's actually a demon in disguise. So never mind. Stripped of his true name, the demon has been left powerless, a shadow of what he once was, similar to Sauron at the defeat in the end of Lord of the Rings. To regain his strength, the demon binds Minori into an unholy pact, one that demands more than just blood. Their nights together should be nothing more than transactional. Yet, as the demon's touch grows more possessive and Minori's defenses begin to wane, something unspoken stirs between them. Shout out. I hope they can work it out. The next one is an airship imprint, so it's a light novel. The Wicked Princess and the 12 Eyes, the legendary villainess and her elite assassins. This is a pretty long solicit. I don't want to read it. Sorry. But you can check it out right there. I mean, seriously, this one's one paragraph, and we got like two over here. This is the webtoon that I'm actually I do want to check it out. The Greatest Wolf of My Life. This is is this one creator or two? Ran BG or Ran and BG?
Two.
Two? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't pronounce these names. Eunbul's life isn't perfect. Ugh. She's working a dead-end job at the local convenience store and has zero romantic prospects. But at least she has her own cozy space. But her peace is instantly ruined when a pair of boxers float over to her roof, as if a landmine has been set off. Eunbul's thrown into a number of crazy scenarios, an unfortunate misunderstanding with her new next-door neighbor, who also happens to be a pop idol in hiding, a surprise reunion with an old crush, and a literal run-in with an old family friend. With so much going on, her life is far from comfortable and full of the unimaginable. Will she be labeled a perverted stalker forever, or will all these bad situations lead to some good fortune? Sounds like a fun romantic comedy. I kind of want to check it out. I like the cover, though. That's fun. And
another one you skipped.
Last but not least, I have to address the personalities in the room. This one is by Kuroseimu. It's a Ghost Ship imprint. Virgin Ventures, the hilarious hijinks of erotic amateurs. Or Negai I Hajime. Why is the Japanese name here? Hajimeta Doshino Hijari something Yugi something or rather. Miki is a rookie erotic novelist who's never so much as held a woman's hand. Riko is a diehard lingerie enthusiast with zero experience with men. Together, these two clueless virgins embark on a literary collaboration, attempting to bring the heat despite the cringe of their inexperience. Miki is fully embraces Riku's obsession with underwear, but when he makes a very hands-on request in the name of research, Riku has to wonder, can you really write what you don't know? You can find out this November when Volume 1 comes out. Now, obviously, that's a pretty spicy cover, and the reaction to it was pretty funny online. At the risk of outing myself, because I like to do research on everything that gets announced.
Research.
I've always found it funny, and I told Riley this before going live, that so many people get upset with the Ghost Ship titles and say, like, oh, what are all these pervy mangaka writing these books, like these guys, blah, blah, blah. Turns out that Kuroseimu is not a dude. She's a female mangaka, so more power to her. That is awesome. That it's not just the dudes that are slightly perverted, but we got the ladies as well. God bless.
Yeah, I was commenting about how I saw a reply on this one where the person was like, this artist has obviously never seen a woman, and then someone else came in and said, like, the artist is a woman, actually. So I was like, okay.
I can see why he would say that person would say that, because the anatomy in this cover is not necessarily the best. But for research purposes, I looked into the book, and the art is not like this cover at all. It is very not safe for work and well detailed and drawn, unlike the cover. Geo, I'm going to buy it. It's for science as well, not for science, for YouTube, for review purposes. In my Discord, I was asked to review it. I will take the hit. I will review it when it comes out.
I did the searching to see what's left for Nagabe.
Right. Oh, here's smell.
I can share my screen if you'd like. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate listings here that were not. Were not.
Personality confuses me. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna share.
Ghost Ship is cultured manga. Yeah. Not for me, but let these perverts cook. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be for everybody, but as long as it's not harmful, and go with it. Go to town. Hell yeah. Life's too short to be restricting yourself.
So this is the first one that I saw, Bucho wa One, which is the boss is a drag queen, which is a single volume BL about a mob boss who, after he finishes working with the mob each day, is a hostess at a bar and dresses up as the older sister type. So you
Oh,
can kind of
cool.
see from the cover that while he's wearing a full suit, like his foot sticking out here is wearing a red high heel. And just like the other BL that
Can you
Nagabe,
zoom in a little bit? Sorry to butt in.
um,
If you, yeah, there you go.
so you can
Oh,
kind of see.
I can't. Yeah, it looks like a heart. What am I looking at?
So this is the
Chameleon?
boss. Like he's looks like he might be like a ram person or something, or I don't know.
Oh, I see the horns. Okay.
They're anthropomorphic, just like all the BL that Nagabe has done. They're all animal series, but down here, like the pink foot is in a red high heel.
Get it. Let's go.
So that's the first one. That is a single volume release. This is a 3 volume series.
Nivawa to Saito.
So Nivawa and Saito, Africa species, aquatic creatures that inhabit the world underground. In addition to being very intelligent, this species has its own unique culture. In order to develop their civilization, the Africa regularly visit the human world to learn about human culture. Now one such creature has come to my house to communicate. Here begins the life of an Africa child and a human living together, which we can
Oh.
see. This is the
Oh no,
creature,
never mind. Okay.
and this is the human. It has a little mermaid-looking fishtail type thing, so
Yeah,
you
I
can see that
confused it for a yokai for a minute. I'm like, wait, what? But no, that's not. It's not a yokai.
and this one was 3 volumes long, so not a single volume series. And this is another single volume. It was 10 chapters,
Oh boy.
called Liar Princess and the Blind
Oh,
Prince.
thank you.
A ferocious wolf trades her singing voice for a human form so that she can guide a blind witch to the witch's house, a blind prince to the witch's house deep in the forest. Hopefully, there she can restore his sight.
I
Promotional
love that.
shorts.
I want to read that.
It says promotional shorts for a video game of the same title.
Oh.
So, if it's related to a video game, I wonder if they would have the ability to license that.
It is. Kane has the game.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I wonder if they could license it without any issues. The next one is Fable: The Ancient Magus Bride, which looks like it's a webcomic spin-off to The Ancient Magus Bride.
Dude, that name threw me off. Fable and the Magus. I'm like 2 properties at once. Okay.
You can see the character is
Right.
here. And this one is currently ongoing with 19 chapters. Since 2017, so it's probably published like irregularly, just whenever they want. And then there's one single one shot that didn't say that it was included somewhere else.
Whoa, that's a tongue twister.
Which I guess can be translated as playfulness. I don't know, but that's just a one shot that from 2014. And I have no idea. It could be in another book, or it could not be in another book. I don't know. But those are the ones that I found that are not in anything. And then Nagabe also has in these BL anthology collections, also has at least one chapter in each of those.
Nice.
So that's what's missing, more or less. I can stop sharing now.
It took me a minute, but I got it. Bill Willingham getting into the manga scene.
Fables,
and Magus Bride.
Ancient
I need to catch up
Bride.
with Magus Bride. I only have like the first 15 books. Random news, but I did want to talk about it briefly. Everybody shared it. It's not new, but it was reported that Deadline reported that Claymore is getting a live action series. What do you think of that?
It's going through CBS Studios, so I have pretty much zero hope that it's going to be worthwhile.
I think it's going to be so different from the actual from the
yeah. I would be surprised if they make it close to it at all. Well, let's see. It says
it's Entertainment News reported on Wednesday that Claymore is inspiring a live-action series. CBS Studios and Propagate Content are working with Shueisha and actor Masi Oka from Heroes and Hawaii Five-0. This is the sad part. Oka, who is also a manga fan and co-produced Netflix's Death Note live-action movie, will serve as executive producer. Ben Silverman, Howard T. Owens, and the Rodney Farrell from Propagate Content are also producing. There's way too many producers. The fantasy adventure manga follows a half human, whatever. Yeah.
It doesn't. The involvement with Death Note live action, Netflix live action is not.
I would have let that out.
Yeah,
I would know that.
Not at all. But I did post on Twitter and tag Viz, and I just straight up said, like, if y'all are debating what titles to put in definitive editions, like you did for Vagabond, Claymore is begging for that.
Yeah, more than worthy to get that treatment.
Yeah, because I feel like people really like the dark fantasies and stuff in that format, and I think Claymore would be a really great one for them to do. And so I was like, you should do that, and here is a media tie-in that you can schedule the release around. If it's good, it would be one of the biggest surprises of my entire life.
Here's a fun question. If you could, off the top of your head, what would be an underrated or underappreciated series that you think would make a good live action version adaptation? I already have my pick. I'm going to talk about it in a minute.
If I was talking about like live action titles, I probably would go with stuff that's not action oriented.
Bingo. That's the key.
A
lot of slice of life could easily translate to live action. Sports manga, certain sports manga, not all.
I think stuff like depending on how they did it, even something like Dino Sanctuary could be cool. Like if they had like practical effects like puppets and stuff instead of CGI, that would be expensive.
I follow the creator of that one on Twitter, and they're always mentioning how, like, Hollywood, listen, I want to work on let's make a adaptation of this, or let me work on Jurassic Park or something, because he's a huge dinosaur fanboy. But I would love to see that in a movie or TV format. You know what I would like to see as a live action series?
I bet you want Darwin Incident live action.
No, God no. I saw the sneak peek, the teaser trailer for it. I hated it. Sorry, folks. We're gonna get a dislike now from the Human Z community. I think Death Parade would be an amazing anime to bring to live action. You got your Alice in Borderland / Squid Game crowd in there for all the high stake challenges that can result in life or death. Plus, it can be episodic, like the TV series, and have each episode bring new stories and stuff. It wouldn't be too difficult to produce because, again, it's just the characters in a lounge, jazzy bar, and then the only thing you would need to do is the effects for the high-risk games or whatever. But I would love to see a Death Parade live action. I love that series. Blue Gender live action, that'd be good. MW Osamu Tezuka's live action miniseries could be iconic, but a modern audience might not receive it well. Which one was MW? No,
It's
no,
published a
I'm not
while.
a super knowledgeable on all of Tezuka.
It was published a little while ago. It was it Vertical and Kodansha that did it? It's one with like I think it has like a bright pink cover. It's like
Yeah,
the M and the W are like
right, yeah, I remember now. I have not read it, but I trust you, H Field. Astro Boy could work. They probably butcher it though. I mean, we tried with the animated movie, and look how that made. The best adaptation outside of Japan for Astro Boy, I think it's still the GBA 2003 game, the Astro Boy Omega Factor. I think I love that one. MW is like a thriller with queer themes. Gotcha. Bunch of other themes too. So yeah, good luck to Claymore. I don't expect much. Hopefully, at least as was stated here in the chat, it can bring more attention. Sorry, to the manga, and more people would want to read it, or Viz could reprint the. Is the box set still in stock, or is that out of print?
for Claymore. I don't know. I know they did bring it back not that long ago.
Because I saw a sudden influx like 3 years ago of new YouTubers saying like new manga haul, and I bought the Claymore box set. Okay. I never finished reading it, by the way, but I read a chunk from a friend who had it and enjoyed some of it.
The individual volumes are all available. I think all of them are, but the box set is not. That's just me looking at Crunchyroll.
Right. Nagiyasu, a lull in the sea live action. There you go. Give me a freaking Dark Gathering. Why not? A horror series for make it on a streaming platform like Shudder. Shudder? Is that the one that you have?
Yeah, that's the horror specific one.
Yeah, do that. All right. Let me talk about these two before we go off on tangents. We got two new Tanuki manga that are worth celebrating. I think they are fantastic, very different, but similar with the themes, obviously, of this mythical creature. We have here Beast Orange from Kyoko Soda. Excuse me, I don't know this creator at all. I couldn't find any info. The description, you can read it for free on Manga Plus. The description here, it's a shonen series. Born as a beast with shape-shifting powers, the Tanuki Toto is abandoned by his family. But the unfortunate Toto has a dream to take human form and eat ice cream that hasn't been dropped on the floor. Neither Tanuki nor human, Toto takes a small step towards his big dream. So you follow this shy, a little introverted, wholesome young Tanuki. Typically, these creatures are tricksters, and they don't necessarily get along with humans. They would rather be with their own kind and do their own thing. And if they have to interact with people, they'll use their shape-shifting abilities to trick humans. And the way you can tell a Tanuki has transformed is you see the leaf on top of their head. That's usually one of their displays of power or whatever. Toto is a sweet Tanuki boy kid, and he once saw a mother giving a kid, a young human, or a baby, sorry, an ice cream, and the baby dropped it because fool doesn't know how to handle ice cream. So he dropped it on the floor, and the kid was crying, and he got a taste of it later and really enjoyed it and thought maybe I could turn into a human and be amongst the people, the populace, and enjoy ice cream and all their wonderful food and stuff. In the forest, he finds a Shonen Jump magazine, and he reads through it and sees the human form anatomy. So he's practicing his transformation abilities, and he's able to transform into the kid that you're seeing here in the thumbnail. Um, so he ventures outside the forest and finds a restaurant. He's going to try and work at the restaurant posing as a human so that he can earn money to buy ice cream legit that hasn't fallen to the ground. His ambitions aren't too grand, folks, but it's the simplicity, it's the humble nature of it, and it's the the cuteness that made me appreciate a simple story like this. I'm sure it's going to have some twists and turns along the way. We do meet other characters that have similar abilities, shape-shifting abilities, and there's a very fun relationship with Toto. He doesn't have his family anymore, and because I believe it was his mother that was killed by a human hunter. So the rest of his family abandoned Toto because they don't appreciate that he's turning into the creature that's destroyed their family. So he's sort of an outcast, and the other animals in the forest and the other Tanuki don't necessarily like him, and they bully him a lot. So he's always by himself, except for another creature. I think it's an antelope that hangs around with Toto and sort of acts as a mentor. He sounds a little bit older, so I gave him, in my head, I gave him a a deep gravelly voice as he spoke to Toto. So it's a lot of fun. I do recommend it. There's only one chapter out, but I can show you some of the art. There is some brief nudity in here, but it's not played in any sensual manner. It's just, they transform, so you see the naked form, but it's not explicit. You can see the art here is really nice. Yeah. A tiny beast carrying a great dream leaps into his journey. This is by Kyoko Soda. I don't know if it's soda or just soda as in a soda pop. But here's some more of that. And the ice cream. Let me see if I can find it. Of course, the monkeys are dicks in this book. They don't like our homeboy, so they throw rocks at him. My transformation was imperfect and creepy, so it probably scared them to top it off. A human had shot my mother dead with a gun. That's probably why father couldn't forgive me for trying to turn into one of them. Of all things, why a human, he asked. So the forest exiled Toto. Such assholes, So, yeah. Show you. I'm trying to find the scene with the ice cream. I guess I could spoil. Do you, chat? Do you mind if I spoil who this character is? Riley, do you mind if I spoil it?
Is it another Tanuki?
Let me put the. Where is it? Where did I put the thing? Oh, here it is. Spoilers for the first chapter. I'm not ruining the story. There's only one chapter out. This is Laura. Laura has a second last name. Morinoda, or however you pronounce it. Turns out later that she picks up on what's happening with the main protagonist and realizes that he's not a real human. So later at night, when Toto escapes from the restaurant from his interview, because he literally he's an honest Tanuki. He just said, I want to eat ice cream that hasn't been dropped on the ground. He thought that was way too weird. People looked at him funny, so he assumes that they're going to go after him. So he's going to quit his ambition, to which his antelope friend reminds him that, like, is that the end of your goal? Isn't you trained for this and you're just going to quit? So, yeah. And there's a flashback scene, which was really haunting here, where you see his bullying, the bullying that he suffered with his failed transformation attempts and stuff. The other creatures consider him a freak. So, long story short, on this particular night, he realizes that he's being followed, or somebody's on his scent. And we find a wolf here. He thinks it's a dog, but it's a wolf. And spoilers, it's Laura. Laura is a werewolf.
Uh-oh.
And I can't show you the rest because she gets naked here. But it's fun. It's goofy and silly and honest to a fault. And I recommend it. I can't wait to read chapter 2 to find out more about the ice cream quest. I hope it happens. So I do recommend it if you want a wholesome Tanuki series that's modern. If you want something a little bit more complex with more potential character development and I'm going to say it, better art, even though I do like the art on Beast Orange, I do recommend My Marriage to Saneka. This is by Wataru Momose. You might recognize this person. She is the creator of another shonen romance series, A Romantic Killer. That got an anime, which is airing on Netflix, I think. So this one is also Tanuki-based. We follow the character of Tatsuhiko, who inherited his grandfather's home after his passing. It's been ages, so he heeds to the old homestead for a visit. In a storage room there, he encounters a Tanuki who claims to be a god. Tatsuhiko and the Tanuki god repair the home together while sharing stories about his grandfather. Following this strange turn of events, the two decide to get married. Dun, dun, dun. So that gets revealed right away, so it's not a huge spoiler. Let me show you some of the art here. So I'll go back to this in a minute. He's eating mochi that can't be eaten, or else it's like a marriage proposal. Think Tengu's Love, the manga that came out recently from Yen Press, where you have a regular human marrying into the yokai world. It's like that, but a little bit more cutesy because of the shonen demographic. And I think it's great. So our main protagonist, he never had a close relationship with his grandfather, and it's only because he passed away and they found his will in the house's attic that the will states that the house now belongs to the main character. So in it, going through everything, he's not sure of spending time there. He thinks that his grandfather doing this and giving him property is a way to get back time that was lost, which is insane considering he died. So at the start of the manga, the character is looking through all the rooms, and like I read in the description, he finds a sacred storage area, and inside is a Tanuki. Let me find that scene real quick. So I thought it was pretty funny. He thinks the house is haunted, but there is in fact a Tanuki, and she looks so adorable. I love her design. And she has a sacred room dedicated to her idol, which is the character's grandpa. I believe he rescued her, and she lived there, and he would take care of her as a pet, I guess, and they had a really heartwarming relationship. So now we see her transform into her human form, which is this. She declares herself as the guardian deity of the house, and her goal is pretty sad. She wants to, she doesn't want anybody to mess up the house because there's so many memories there. So she would rather turn everybody away, and she'll just stay there by herself along with the house so it withers and disappears. If that happens, the Tanuki, this yokai spirit, will also disappear as well. The main character says that is way too sad. So hijinks ensue, and the two end up teaming up, doing housework because they find a storage shed with a lot of tools and stuff, and they start fixing up the house. The marriage thing, which is where I'll stop talking about the manga. The marriage thing is that in one of the he gets hungry and finds the storage closet or whatever, and they have some mochi there. There's a legend that it's called the third night mochi or something, where you, back in Edo period, I guess, if you wanted to propose, the bride, if she would accept, she would put out a plate of flavorless mochi or something like that on the third night, and that would be sort of the sign that she accepts the proposal. So she doesn't know why the plate is there, and our main guy grabs it, eats it, and it turns out to be the marriage proposal. So you see the rest of the Tanuki clan here as celebrating the marriage between the two characters. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really like the art. I think it's a cute, fun concept. This is way too normal of a story for yokai. I'm used to, people marrying these creatures, so it's not that weird. And I think it's funny and charming. So give it a shot. It has a few chapters out already because this came out back in January. So we got like 8 of them here that you can check out. But I do recommend it. If you want a fun supernatural rom-com, this might be it for you. Whee! Spoilers. Non-spoilers. There we go. Yes, let's go. That Tanuki design is awesome. I love it. Then monkeys were throwing rocks at the characters in Princess Mononoke as well. Yep. So I do recommend it. Actually, let me go back to the scene here with the Tanuki so you can see more of them. Hold on. This is so cute. I love that. Cicadas. She doesn't have to eat. She doesn't need food, but is finally taste testing some things, and enjoys the food. It's a way to connect with her friend that passed away through that character's grandson. Over here. Here's a shed. They start fixing stuff. So if you like, he's a DIY guy. So if you like that stuff, repairing chairs and doors and door frames and stuff, you'll be right at home with this manga. Look at that. Love it. Let's see. Where's the scene with the mochi? Mochi. What you got? Mochi. Oh my god, I have to scroll all the way down. Jesus. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's the scene. There we go. He's looking for bread, but there's mochi. And here are the other Tanuki. Congratulations on your marriage. And they're surprised that it's a human and that it is the grandson. All right, that's enough celebrating. No need to overstay. We'll leave you two lovebirds by alone. So yeah, it's fun. Now they're going to become a married couple, so they're going to have a lot of hijinks with their relationship. But honestly, it's a good time for Tanuki fandom right now. You got 2 ongoing series. Hopefully these don't get canned. Please let them run at least for a full arc where they can do a proper ending if they must be canceled. But hopefully Beast Orange stays for a while. It's charming enough. It's very different from Saneka. I do think Saneka will last quite a bit. I'm not sure it's going to get a full run of chapters, but I could see this lasting for 3 or 4 volumes, hopefully. So there you go. Tanuki madness, baby. What about you, Riley? You have any Tanuki manga that you want to recommend to people since we're on the subject?
Tanuki Mario, I think, is in some of the Mario books.
Love it.
And people think that Chopper is a Tanuki.
You would think, right? But he's a reindeer. Wait. Kane recommended something that you have as well. A good manga with Tanuki is The Fox and the Little Tanuki. It's also manga from Tokyo Pop with a good ending. Does have some dark elements, but nothing horror based. Thank you. I wish I had room to make like different displays for my manga, because I would love just a full shelf dedicated to just yokai manga.
Yeah,
like a Tanuki section, like a Yuki Onna or a Kappa, because we know there are Kappa manga, stuff like that. Oh, yeah, Kemono Jihen. That's a good one. Inugami. He is a Tanuki. Genuinely enjoyed boxing the little Tanuki. You know what I do enjoy? The great deals that you can find on our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your Omnibus trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and more for great discounted prices that range from 30, 40 to 50% off at times. Free shipping in the US at $50 or more. And there's a loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% discount to your order if you make them on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging and wonderful customer service only at InStockTrades.com. Also, at some point during the month, we will be doing the gift card giveaway. Unfortunately, it's not tonight, but stay tuned. It might be next week. That's a hint. So if you want to win a gift card, all you have to do is show up on each show and hang out, and we'll pick out a winner when we do the giveaway on that stream. So that is all courtesy of InStockTrades.com. All right. Chat, got a couple minutes if you want to throw in some questions about anything. Doesn't have to be Tanuki. I did it all for the Tanuki.
Maybe it does have to be about Tanukis.
I'm trying to think. Let me do a little Google search here for something. There's this one series that I do recommend, but I'm blanking on the name because that's just how my brain rolls right now because I'm tired. My master has no tail. That I do recommend. It has a manga, or it was a manga first, and it is it published by anybody? Kodansha. So Kodansha has it, I think, digitally only. It's about a Tanuki that got inspired by this young woman who is a master at Rakugo. So if you're a fan of Akane Banashi, for example, it is that same performance art thing. And the Tanuki decides to transform. She's a young girl, and become the master's apprentice and learn the art of Rakugo and entertaining people. It's a lot of fun, super heartwarming, and very, very informative on Rakugo, more so than Akane Banashi, because this goes back, because it's set in the Meiji or Taisho period, one of the two. That one is a lot of fun. Isn't that one anime? I have a little Tanuki kid. I think it's called something World or something. She is a young Tanuki. So let me see if I can show my my Annie list. Let me open it up here. Oh, hey, Riley, Record of Ragnarok 3 just got solicited for streaming.
The next season?
The third season of Record of Ragnarok.
When's it going to happen?
No date yet, but it just showed up on Annie list, the listing of it.
Nice.
So there you go. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. This one. So this is the manga. Looks super cute. Only 12 volumes, 56 chapters. But the anime, you can check out. It's 13 episodes. It aired back in 2022. I reviewed it on my channel, I think. Probably. And this one you can watch on High Dive if you have it. Or Annie One Asia on YouTube for free. And here is the Tanuki Mameda. She's pretty funny. I think it's called Poco's Udon World. Udon World. Ah, I see. I've seen this before, but I have not read it. I did not know it was Tanuki. Sota is a web designer working in Tokyo. When he visits his family's udon place in Kagawa Prefecture. He discovers a young boy. Upon confronting the boy, Sota soon learns the secret and decides to quit his job in order to take care of the boy, Poco. The daily adventures of the two slowly unfold as Poco energetically navigates his way through Kagawa, the Udon Kingdom, along with Sota. So, spoilers, he's a Tanuki. I mean, you can see it there with the ears. And it has an anime. Whoa. All right. And it's on Crunchyroll? Damn. All right. Cool. I'll add it to my watch list, even though I have like a million things I need to watch and consume first. But I will do that. Thank you. If I click here on Tanuki, it should. Wait. Seinen, family, bro. No. Wait. Rakugo, historical female, shape-shifting yokai, blah, 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 blah. Oh. Isn't there a Tanuki tag? Yokai. No, that ain't it. Nope. Anyways, no, spoiler tags. Demons and Afterlife. Spoilers. Anyways, yeah. A sec. There's Pompoko, of course, the famous Studio Ghibli movie. Ghibli. You know what? I need to rant. A friend of mine the other day was like, "Oh, I've watched," and just gave me the most random Japanese name of a series, and I went, "Huh?" And he's like, "You haven't seen blah 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 blah." I'm like, "What? Please." I hate this weeb attitude of calling it by the Japanese Romanji name or whatever. Don't do that. Just call it. Just use the English translation, please. It's stupid. I think it was Seven Deadly Sins. Most of the.
Oh God, I don't even know what the Japanese name for that is.
Let me try and get it here. Seven Deadly Sins. He was like, "Hey, Nanatsu no Taizai," and I went, "What? Oh, fuck? Pardon my French, but what the fuck are you talking about?" Like, yeah, Nanatsu, you don't know about, and I looked at it. Seven Deadly Sins. Just say that, dude. Don't give me that high horse mentality. Like, oh, I'm gonna call it that. I hate that. Don't do that. Be a better weeb out there, folks.
It's funny because there's so many people that do that.
And there's no problem doing that, but a lot of people do it to sound pretentious. Let's be honest. It's like
Have you seen
yeah.
Oh, Shigeki no Kyojin, or like you're like, have you seen Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball Z. The other one was Full Metal Alchemist. I used to know the name of it because I had a friend that kept saying it in Japanese. I'm like, just say Full Metal. Renji something metal.
FMA.
Dungeon Meshi. I can live with that. It's easy enough. You still get the dungeon in it. Okay.
My thing, and this is not like, mine's worse than yours. I don't like it when people use like the shortened term from the Japanese title, because in Japan they like to shorten things a lot. Like they always like to make little portmanteaus of the titles and stuff.
Right.
So like, for instance, Dungeon Meshi they call Dun Meshi, and like,
oh, I see. Okay.
That for some reason is like, that's a needless pet peeve of mine, but I literally never say anything about it. Like, I see people do it, I will never say anything about it. This is the first and only time I'll probably ever say anything about it. But like, when people use the shortened title like that, it always like gives me the ick. And like, it's funny because there are some titles that, like, for instance, the old shoujo series Korocha, that is the shortened title.
Right.
Korocha is like Koromo whatever. Like I don't remember the whole title, but Korocha is the shortened one. But I'm probably like really weird for it. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. Like every single time, I'm like, I don't know. I just can't. Like people will say something done meshy, and I'm like, it's like you're on the first name basis with the series or something. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Let's see. Full Metal Alchemist is, and I'm gonna butcher this, Hagane no Renkinjutsushi. And I saw a friend of mine used to say the Renken Kinjutsushi or whatever. Like, dude, just stop. Full Metal. That's it.
That's a mouthful.
Trigun is just Trigun. Thankfully, I'm looking at like older classic stuff.
Toraigan.
Let's see. What's the Attack on Titan one?
Shingeki no
Shingeki no
Kyojin.
Kyojin. Oh yeah, I watched Shingeki no Kyojin. Oh, and the other one that I really annoyed me was Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. A friend of mine said,
"Oh yeah,
let me find the Japanese name. The Japanese name is Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun, and I knew right away what it was. And they were asking me, "What's the that one? What's the name? The English name of it?" I'm like, "Toilet Bound." Really? I'm like, yes, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. You didn't need to do the whole Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun.
I just call it Toilet Boy.
But yeah. I guess the one that I've used online, but it's just for fun. It's not that I'm pretentious. Is Kimetsu no Yaiba. That one, I think it's easier to pronounce, or at least it's on the logo, so people.
Yeah, because it's the English title is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Right.
What about what about Adamasu no Majo Tachi?
The hell's that?
The Witches of Adamas.
Hell yeah.
So stupid.
What about wait a minute. I got one for you. Hold on. Hitokui Mansion to Oya no Maison.
Is that Maison Ikoku?
No, that is Apartment Man. Freaking Maison and the Man-Eating Apartment. Oh, they finally got the listing up, so I knew what to Google right away. I'm gonna put as reading. I need to check out chapter 2. I haven't read it yet. Reading. Gang, if you have AniList and you want to follow me, you can search for Manga Geekdom and I'm there. I think it's much better than Mao, as the kids say. Better UI and better community, I think, over there overall.
Which one?
Jump scared nightmare fuel. Sorry. Yeah.
AniList is better.
I like it. I way more than Mao.
I only use Mal to like get info about titles. I don't use it to like log anything.
When I do the anticipated volume 1's videos for every month, I go to I use AniList and I use Mal and I use the other websites for databases. But the one where I interact and like stuff and search and blah, 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 and read reviews of is AniList. A lot of the people in the chat, or not all the people in the chat. Tim, if you're still here, Tim is on there. I'm on there. Colleen is on there as well. And you can list your favorite stuff. Reminds me of MySpace back in the day where you would list your favorite songs and favorite movies. So here you can list your favorite anime and your favorite manga. So I have a huge ass list of my favorite things. Let me show you my page real quick. It's pretty goofy. Chrome tab. So here's stuff I'm watching and reading right now. Here's my profile. Yeah, you can see some of my favorite anime, some of my favorite manga. You can list your favorite characters, real life people, not just fake 2D characters. It's fun. I like that stuff. Find me. You can do so at Manga Geekdom at AnyList. I can second the preference of AnyList to Mal. Let's go. Yes. The only thing that Mal has that AnyList doesn't is names artist of opening closing tracks for anime series. I think it does have that, but it's a little bit more difficult to acquire. Let me check that real quick. If I click on staff, yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is what you meant. Let me highlight this series, for example. Welcome back, Elf. Not welcome back. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. That's a series that I'm currently watching, the anime. If you click on here on staff, next to on the right side, you click to expand, and it shows you the whole staff. And over here, you can see, or I guess you meant the name of the song, maybe, because you can see here theme song performance. And where's the opening theme song performance? Theme song performance, Riko Sasaki. So you clicked on Riko, and then you can see the other stuff that they worked on and clicked on and blah, blah, blah. But I guess you meant the name of the actual song, right? I don't know. Also, you can click, for example, I might be looking at something and need to find info on the manga. I click on this, and it says the descriptions from J Novel Club, and I'll scroll all the way down, and I'll find the links to the official sources. So if it's licensed, like, let me find something that's licensed. This thing. No, not that one. Frieden, for example, you scroll all the way down, and you'll see the Viz link. You click on it, and takes you to Viz's website, which I think is pretty cool. So shout out. Song named artist, but I also use the app for more than the desktop version, so it may be there but buried. Okay. So there it is. Chat, I think we can wrap this one up if there are no questions. Insufferable Omnibus Collector, what you got cooking up? Where can people find you and all that stuff?
Omnibus Collector everywhere, and you can find next up on YouTube. I'm hoping to release sometime next week the video going over all of the manga license announcements from January and February, except for the 7C stuff, because I'm going to lump that all into the March video. Right. James helped me out and made slides for those similar to the slides that he does for the monthly buyer's guide videos. So it'll be basically going through that. I'm just going to read the description that they gave it for the announcement for each of these, and I think it's just going to be a good resource for everyone to know, like, all the manga that were announced, so you know what's out there and what to look forward to. And depending on the amount of announcements each month, I might do those every month. I might do them every other month. It just depends on what's going on.
There you go.
What about you?
You can find me on my channel, Manga Geekdom, where I talk about all the manga that I read. I put out the buyer's guide, not that. I put out the most anticipated volume 1s for March, and I was supposed to put out a video this week, but between the back thing and being overworked and just not feeling 100%, I decided to just not do the video. So it's going to come out next week instead. Look forward to that. It's going to be a small, a short manga review on a book. I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want to ruin the fun. You have to wait for that one. I'm also on Blue Sky. If you want to follow me on social media, there you go. And there's the Discord link right here. Thank you so much, James. We have I have a Discord with a bunch of great people on the same people that are on the chat. Most of them, I think, if not all, are on the Discord. So if you can join, that'd be great. We have a lot of fun over there. And that's it. Tomorrow there will be an Omnibros stream, a Q&A Friday night show with Jess and Lou. And then Monday we'll be back for hauls, reads, previews. Look forward to that. And then next Thursday we'll be back for some manga goodness. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to the live chat. You guys are great as always. Thank you to everybody watching at home later. Remember to hit the like button, share the video. We would appreciate it a ton. And thank you to InStock Trades, of course, for helping us out with these videos. That's it for now. Stay safe. God bless. Have a great weekend. And we will catch you on the next stream. Ta-ta, everybody, or whatever they say. Thanks for watching.